Hey everybody, this is TJR. Stone Temple Pilots, one of the seminal bands to come out of the 90s Seattle grunge rock music scene, has a new lead singer. His name is Jeff Gutt. He is a former X Factor US contestant. They've already played their first show with him, and they have released 3 new songs in advance of their upcoming album coming out in March, entitled Stone Temple Pilots. This will be their second self-titled album since 2010's album of the same name. Before I talk about the new tracks, which is the point of this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about the band itself. Stone Temple Pilots originally began with a much heavier, darker sound with their debut album Core. But then, starting with their second album Purple, they began to expand their sound to include a much larger musical palette. These albums, typified by Purple and Tiny Music, would oftentimes show a very strong 70s rock influence, mixed with just some very surreal elements. Now, on their fourth album, they would go back to the darker, heavier roots of Core, and on their fifth album, Shangri-La-Di-Da-Di-Da, they kind of lost me, to be honest. But that album was quite some time ago, and perhaps I just need to revisit that album. Maybe I will hear it with different ears now. It's been many years. Then came the 2010 self-titled album, which I felt was a return back to the days of Purple and Tiny Music, which for me was my favorite period for this band. And it's the sound that really defined them for me. Now, I would be remiss if I did not briefly mention the 2013 EP entitled Stone Temple Pilots and Chester Bennington. I really liked this EP. I thought the band sounded very different with Chester Bennington, but I liked the way they sounded it. It had some elements of the original Stone Temple Pilots with Scott Weiland, but it also had some unique new things to it. And I was excited when I heard this. I'm sorry that they didn't do any more together, and of course, sadly now, they never will be able to. It's a shame. But let's talk about the new tracks now. So there's been 3 of them. The first of these was Meadow. And for me, this is my favorite so far out of these 3 tracks. This is the one that for me most sounds like the period of STP that I like the most. To me, this is classic STP. And it's a very heavy, high-octane, song that opens with a very kind of slightly off-kilter guitar riff and features some dark but still fun psychedelic lyrics. Really enjoy this track a lot. This was the first track, and it really got me excited to hear more. The next track is Roll Me Under. Now, this is another heavy rocker, but this sound feels more like it's from the days of Core, where it's the heavy, dark rock only sound, that's all we do here. And that version of the band, which nothing wrong with. I liked Core a lot too. I like this song, definitely. Not as much as I like Meadow, but I do like the song. And then finally is the newest of these advanced tracks, entitled The Art of Letting Go. This is a ballad. It also feels like it comes from that period, where Tiny Music, Purple, feels like it comes from that time period. I really like the melancholy feel of this song. So altogether, I am feeling very strongly about these 3 new tracks. It's making me feel very excited about the new album that comes out in March. Now, as for new singer Jeff Gutt, he sounds really good. He seems to fit in just fine with the band. I can't quite put my finger on it. I honestly don't think he sounds like a Scott Weiland impersonator, but there is something about his vocals. Maybe it's his phrasing, I'm not sure. But there is something about the way that he sings with the band that he does echo or resonates Scott Weiland way more than Chester Bennington did. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing, that he in any way sounds like him. I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's fine if he does. Once again, I just think he kind of resonates him. I don't think he sounds exactly like him. Like I said, nothing wrong with that, and I'm excited about this new album. After hearing these 3 tracks, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens. If the rest of the album is as strong as these tracks I've heard, I think we're in for a very good album. And I'll definitely be checking it out when it comes out. So let me know what you think. Have you heard these new songs? What do you think? Do you like them? Do you dislike them? Do you have a favorite? You know, ones you like more than others? Please let me know. Let the rest of us know. Leave your comments. I'm looking forward to reading them. And let's see what happens in March. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.